IVM.
Hi, welcome to Smile India with me, Shifa. It's Rakhi today, so hope those of you celebrating are having a good one. I'm enjoying choosing my gifts online and sending the Rakhi and Mithai online as well. The hugs will have to wait, I guess. Now let's get started on some heartwarming news. Brothers and sisters have shared history and a lifelong bond. But as we get on in life, sometimes we don't meet or speak as often. Here's a family that's different. Nivata lives in a town called Phek in Nagaland and has been close to her sister since childhood. She's mentally challenged and adores her brother. Nivata had moved to the city to study when his parents passed on. His sister got into a relationship, had 2 children, and was abandoned. When he heard, Nivata left what he was doing and came back home. While his friends moved ahead in life, he took up a small job in his hometown and looked after his sister and her children. That was when he was in his 20s. Now he has a better job, the children are older, so he recently got married, but his priority is always the smile on his sister's face. Feels good to know that such brothers exist in real life too, not just in ads and movies. Now let me tell you about this amazing hidden library. It's huge and underground. This library, one of the largest in Asia, is in a town called Bhadariya in Rajasthan. It's created and run by the Jagdamba Seva Committee, which believes that this is a temple of knowledge. Given the heat in Rajasthan, this place has been designed to stay cool through the year. It's home to over 9 lakh books. The books are in Hindi and Sanskrit and cover a range of topics. At any given point in time, 40,000 people can read here peacefully. This is one place I have to check out. Now let me tell you about another young man. At 19, this young man decided he wanted to be a father to children who would grow up without biases and prejudices. So Wali Rahman from Calcutta, before he turned 20, adopted 3 children and set up an orphanage called Ummeed. Today, there are 23 children over there and they're being homeschooled, growing up in a manner that they could never have imagined. Wali then became a social media influencer as he busted fake news. He's studying law in Delhi and doing a great job ensuring that people do not believe everything they see and read as the gospel truth. He spends time every day debunking myths from the WhatsApp University. Here's a delightful tale from Tamil Nadu. Sonu and his wife, both of whom are unable to see, got into a fix recently. They live in a small village where they make and sell incense sticks for a living. Due to the lockdown, they had no earnings, so decided to dip into their savings. They took out the 24,000 that they'd collected over 10 years. They decided to go to the bank and get notes of smaller denominations. That's when they were told about demonetization and how these notes were of no value. They were devastated and the bank manager felt awful. He spoke to the government officials and everyone was pleasantly surprised when the district collector, C. Kathivaran, immediately called him. So Sonu and his wife went back to the bank and from his personal funds, the district collector gave them 25,000 rupees. They were thrilled and thanked him for the 1,000 rupees extra that they got. Respect to the man who helped the couple without hurting their feelings. Now it's time for me to sign off, but before I go, I have to share some hacks that help. Wearing masks is now a given, but the one thing that a lot of us who wear glasses face is that they tend to get foggy when they're worn over the mask. Well, here's the solution. Take a piece of tissue paper and fold it till it's a strip. Then put it on the edge of the mask, right on the bridge of your nose. Now your glasses will never get fogged. If you like this podcast, don't forget to check out other interesting podcasts on IVM Network. You can listen to us on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com. You can also follow us on our social media. We are at IVM Podcasts on Twitter and Instagram. If you want to reach out to me, it's at Shifa Maitra on Instagram and Twitter. Have fun. I'll see you in the next episode.
I hope you enjoyed that show. I'd like to thank our sponsors this week, Paytm Money. Some really fun guests on the network this week. Cyrus welcomed Dia Mirza to come and have a conversation about all kinds of different things. Danny Morrison was on Edges and Sledges, the cricket podcast. If you haven't heard that, that's always a fun listen. And Rahul Subramanian was on Football Should Fall to grow their ever more exciting list of guests. And it's not just that. Mantra Mugdha, old friend of ours, was on Advertising is Dead. Manu Pillai was on the Filter Coffee podcast. It's been one great guest after the other. And with that, we hope to catch you again next week.
Sachin Tendulkar, Virat Kohli, Don Bradman, and now Cyrus Brocha. Okay, probably not in the right company. I mean, Don Badminton is Australian. But it's called Cyrus Says, a wonderful show about everything. Find the show on the IVM Podcast app, ivmpodcast.com, or wherever you listen to podcasts.